Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the First Half Sports Podcast. This is your boy Brad, aka the Big Mocha, along with my boy
Jaden, aka Jaden Props.
And we have a special NFL Championship episode today, so make sure to stay tuned. We got a lot for you today. Let's hop into it.
Let's get it.
So coming up first, Jaden, we got Sunday. It's the big day, boy. We got the AFC Championship game. We got the NFC Championship game. Chiefs versus Ravens. Lions versus 49ers. I had a blank there. I'm going to start off with the AFC side of things, though. Are you excited? You're watching both games, right? Obviously, I hope so. Okay, all right. All right, bet. All right, but and you want to know something? Because I forgot who I was talking about it with the other day. I was talking about it with somebody. I think it was one of my employees, but she was telling me that she was mad because the Lions and 49ers game is on later. It's like the prime time, and then the Chiefs game is on earlier. And I was like, to be honest with you, I would rather watch the Lions and the Niners. Like, if I had to choose between one of these games to watch, like not miss, I would want to not miss that one. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, I do plan on watching both of them, but if I have to miss one of them, I'm missing the Chiefs-Ravens game because if I don't want to watch the Chiefs win. So if they win, I don't want to watch. But if the Ravens win, I'll just be okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. But let's hop into the AFC side of things. We'll stick with the Chiefs on this one. But hopping into the AFC side of things, this matchup, Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Which of these two quarterbacks has more to gain from a win on Sunday?
Definitely Lamar. I feel like, actually, I mean, it's pretty. Mahomes has, he's won 2 Super Bowls already. He's been in the conference championship every single year, which is crazy. So, I mean, if he gets to another Super Bowl, it's definitely going to keep adding more stuff to that resume. But Lamar, he needs a ring, right? I mean, this is the second year he's won MVP. We need Lamar to get a ring. And if he doesn't do it this year, his window might end up closing because we know that he hasn't been too good in the playoffs.
Oh, you just cut out there, Jaden.
You got me?
Yeah, you're back. All right. Sorry, continue. Yeah, he's not too good in the playoffs.
Yeah. And so I just think that Lamar, I mean, he's definitely got more to gain out of it because if he wins a Super Bowl, he can end up being, one of the greatest quarterbacks. Add that to his resume. But what do you think about this one?
This is tough. This is a tough question to answer. I'm going to be very honest with you because I feel like they both have a lot to gain here. But I think Lamar has more to gain here. I'm going to agree with you that because Lamar, if like you said, I do agree with the fact you said the window's closing and stuff like that. If Lamar Jackson were to win, go to the Super Bowl, first off, beat the famous Patrick Mahomes, the wizard Patrick Mahomes. A lot of people call him the GOAT already. A lot of people second in line GOAT to Tom Brady. So for him to beat him and go on to win the Super Bowl, I think Lamar has a lot more to gain in that situation. Lamar, if he does that, then the conversation for him to be a Hall of Fame quarterback is definitely already continuing. If it hasn't already, it's already started. If it hasn't already started before, with two MVPs and a Super Bowl ring under his belt, especially after the offseason that they just had. He negotiated his own contract in free agency. He's done all this stuff his way, like he's been saying. He has way more to gain. I'm not gonna say way more. Excuse me. I'll take that back. He has more to gain than Patrick Mahomes does, because it's kind of like, Mahomes is chasing Brady as far as GOAT status, and then next in line could be Lamar Jackson with the 2 MVPs, which he hasn't technically won MVP yet. I don't think. It's just everybody's pretty much giving it to him, but that would be so clown if they didn't give it to him. Imagine that.
I don't know. Bro, he's a minus.
Imagine that they have all 5. They have all 5 people that they got. Who are they bringing? They got Lamar, Brock, McCaffrey, Dak, and then Josh Allen. And I have not seen it. Yeah, I've not seen anybody say that anybody else is going to win but Lamar. But that'd be hilarious if he doesn't win. I think whoever votes should do it just as an LOL, just as an LOL funny. They should do it because that'd be hilarious.
You gotta give Lamar. You gotta give him that.
I do, but the humor in it would just be too. That'd be like for Miss America when Steve Harvey announced the wrong winner. Do you remember that a couple years ago when he announced the wrong winner? That's exactly what that would be. But
Oh my gosh. Hey, I don't think he cares if he's going to win that Super Bowl MVP. I don't think he'll care.
very true, very true. Oh yeah, and if he wins the Super Bowl MVP, that would he would definitely be. He has way more to gain. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Now who has more to lose? Do you think Mahomes or Jackson has more to lose?
Jackson. I think Jackson has more to lose because, I mean, if he loses, I mean, it's like he might miss his window. This can be a second year with the MVP, but nothing to show for it. And Mahomes, he's done this every single year. So if Mahomes are like, oh, he still got to the conference championship, the Chiefs were having a shaky season all year, so Mahomes will be right back in it next year. So
Exactly.
it's definitely Lamar for sure.
Yeah, no, it's tough, but Lamar is definitely the biggest.
Exactly.
He has the biggest to, actually most to gain, most to lose. Because like you're saying, he just needs it. He can beat Mahomes, that narrative. But if he loses, he's just going to keep losing in the playoffs. A second MVP, and then his window is going to be, like you said, closing. Joe Burrow's going to be back in the AFC North. We're going to have good rookie QB. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be another year. AFC is already the toughest, already a tough division as it is. So Lamar definitely has the most to gain, but to lose. But I think he's going to gain because I think they're winning. I'm not going to lie to you. I think they're winning. Now that just kind of actually that answered the next question. There, we both have them winning. What do you have the score though?
I'm going to go 20. I feel like it's going to be a little high scoring, but I'm going to go 24 to 17. 24-17 Ravens.
24. Okay, you got him up by a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay. I got the Baltimore.
That's it.
I got. Let me do some math here. I got Baltimore Ravens 35. Kansas City Chiefs 23. I got a 12-point blow. I got a 12-point win. 12-point. I think Lamar's gonna have 35-23.
Blowout.
Yeah, boy.
So used
blowout.
to these NBA games being in a blowout every night. You just can't stop saying it, right?
I want Mahomes to get blown out. I want him and the Chiefs to get blown out. I want him to be gone, because if they lose, because then also I don't want there's no dynasty. I don't want that. I don't want them to do what the Patriots did. The Patriots did it. That's it. That's the last team. That's the last team who's allowed to win back to back, unless I decide that I want to be a QB in the league and bring my team to the next championship, where I would play for the New England. That's the only time. So if anybody else ever considers trying to go back to back, sorry. If you got to play for the Patriots, that's the only time. Yeah, you heard it here first. Breaking news. The next team that's going back to back is whoever is going to be QB'd by me. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Imagine me coming in off the streets though and just fucking dealing. That'd be amazing.
Pulling a Taylor Heineke.
Bro, for real.
Groceries.
Some Joe Flacco just right off the couch. Yeah. Hey, you look like you could throw a football. You want to come? Hey, just me at work. Hey, throw me this shoe real quick. Let me see. I like the spiral on that. You want to come try out?
Yeah,
we got an open roster
better
slot.
Than Mac Jones.
I probably could. He's God. I don't even want to talk about Mac Jones. He's gone. He's gone. He's no longer the Patriots person. He's gone. But yeah. So, and I do want to ask one more thing though. Who do you trust? Who do you trust more, Mahomes or Jackson, going into this? See, I know. That one's a little bit more of a difficult question because it's not really gain or lose. It's who do you trust more? Who do you trust to get the job done when the situation gets tough?
Well, I mean, I have Mahomes just because of all the success he's had in the playoffs. I mean, and he's shown that he can play in these type of environments against these type of defenses and still succeed against them. So even though I think the Ravens are going to win, I do trust Mahomes a little more because we've seen the type of games Lamar can have sometimes. I mean, he can have the greatest game of the year or he can have the worst one.
So exactly. Exactly. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And a couple of things too. Mahomes has only lost 3 times in the playoffs. He's 13. He has a record of 13-3, and his 3 losses, 2 of them came to Tom Brady, and one of them came to Joe Burrow, who a lot of people who a lot of people say is like the next Tom Brady as far as how he plays and stuff like that. So I mean, if you think about it, all 3 of his losses have technically come to like a Brady-esque type of quarterback. Whereas Lamar has only had two victories. He has 2 victories and he has 3 losses. There's the same amount of losses that Mahomes has. So I do trust Mahomes more. If we're taking it into a vacuum, though, as far as just going on this season, I'm going to trust Lamar a little bit more. But we can't do that. We got to take the pass into consideration and everything else that they've done. So I do agree with you on that I do trust Mahomes more. If the going gets tough, I trust him to be able to pull his team out a little bit better than Lamar will. But they're not going to be able. They're going to need to take him out of anything because it's going to be 17-0 by half. So it doesn't matter. It's going to be 17-7 at half, and then they're both going to score 2 touchdowns after. Wait, no, not 17-7. That make my whole prediction go below.
I like to hear it.
21-7 at half.
I like to hear it.
There we go. 21-7 at half, and then they both score 2 touchdowns in the second half. I got Lamar throwing 3 touchdowns.
I like seeing high scoring. Oh, you got throwing 3?
I got him throwing 3 touchdowns. I got him having 45 rushing yards, and then I got Dalvin Cook is who they just got. Who did they just get?
Yeah, Dalvin Cook.
I got Dalvin Cook for two touchdowns.
What?
Dalvin Cook for 2 touchdowns. Over what?
Oh
yeah, fuck. True, that's true. They both split. I got that. They both split. Lamar 3, and then Gus Bus and the Cookmeister will both get 2. Or excuse me, both get 1. Both get 1.
Hey, honestly, I hope Cook ends up getting in there twice because I always like seeing Cook doing good.
Cook's kitchen, yeah, I know, and but he did do the ultimate ring chasing move.
Yeah, he did. Well, hopefully he gets
by leaving the Jets and immediately going into after the divisional round or whatever the hell he did.
I can't blame him. They barely used him over there. Can't blame him.
Very true. But I mean, would you want to be used in that situation? I wouldn't even. I would have just rather just sat the bench the whole season, to be honest with you, and just got paid. I don't know. I would have rather done that. But as soon as Roger goes down, bro, if Rodgers goes down, I'm not why. Why?
Yeah.
There's no point. Let me just especially as a running back, let me just save myself for next year because I'm just going to get dinged up this year. I'm just going to chill on that. I know Zach Wilson ain't dishing nothing, so we'll be all right.
Yeah.
But so now that we got the AFC side of things out of the way, I do want to push over and go over to the NFC. So we got Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, who are biting kneecaps and taking names later, versus the San Francisco 49ers and that man Brock Purdy. Who do you got? Who has more to gain in this game? Who has more to gain out of a victory?
Probably the Lions. Well, actually, I'm not gonna say probably. 100% the Lions. I mean, this is just massive for them. They need to win this game. They need to win this game. This would be massive for Goff. Coming over to Detroit, not really knowing what's going on, all the pieces they put around before they come. Obviously, the 49ers are always a contender. So, I mean, they both have a decent amount of game, but I'm going with the Lions on this one, definitely.
Now, I'm disagreeing with you. I think the 49ers have more to gain here, and I'm going to tell you why. So, the 49ers, like you said, have had a really good team the past past so-and-so years. They've been on the brink of winning a Super Bowl, but they just haven't been able to do it at all. They've been short the conference championship. They lost to the Eagles last year. You know how the history is. Brock Purdy got injured last year, but he's not injured this year. Knock on wood for the guy. But the 49ers, they need to win this game because the Lions, nobody expected the Lions to be anywhere near this game at all. A lot of people probably had them in like the wild card, but nobody expected the Lions to be in the conference championship. So if they lose this year, it's kind of similar to the Texans. You know what I'm saying? It was like you did what you needed to do. You got here. No one really thought that you were going to get here in the first place. You did it. You won. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll come back. We'll get them next year. Let's get it to the Super Bowl next year. But the 49ers have they have the ability to say that Brock Purdy isn't a game manager if he makes it all the way to the Super Bowl, where you can't, there's nothing else that you can do unless he literally throws like 3 interceptions and then Christian McCaffrey has like 200 yards. You can't, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing more that the 49ers can do other than win the Super Bowl if they want to be cemented as a great team, if they want all of the naysayers off their back, if Kyle Shanahan wants to be considered a GOAT coach, if that's what he's going after, if he wants to be considered a good coach. Because remember, he blew that 28-3 lead when he was in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, as the offensive coordinator. So he has a lot. There's a lot riding on this. He wants to get back in the Super Bowl. He needs to win a Super Bowl. He needs to erase that 23-8 game or 28-3 game out of his resume, out of his history for good. So the 49ers have a lot more to win on this one. I can't agree. I can't agree with the Lions though. I think that they beat everybody's expectations this year. So even if they lose, it'll be, obviously every loss is sad and it's disappointing, but in a couple days when they look back on it, when they look back on the season, they're going to be like, holy crap, that was an amazing season. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was definitely a great point right there.
So who do you have, who has more to lose?
49ers. 49ers.
Yeah.
Kind of just like what you were saying. Kind of just like what you were saying. Bouncing back to that about how, the Lions have been beating everyone's expectations and, like obviously they want to win just because it's been so long since this is, well, it's never happened or not. You hear me?
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I'm here. I'm
Oh,
with
okay, okay. My bad. No, it cut out for a second. No, but definitely like the Lions, everyone will be happy with what they did. I mean, the fans are happy that they're in the playoffs and everything. So 49ers, like they do need to win because it's just been they need to get in there. It's been too long for them just being in Super Bowls, conference championships, and not winning as of recent years.
Exactly. No, they definitely need to win it. I think if they don't, there's going to be serious discussion on getting Kyle Shanahan potentially out of there. You know what I'm saying? Firing him, bringing in maybe someone like Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Who's still out there? Who's still in the market? Which is that surprising to you? I know we're kind of going off subject for a second. Is that a surprise that Bill Belichick still hasn't signed to a team now that the Falcons just hired Raheem Morris?
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
surprise to me.
and they
I
had
think we're
they
gonna. I
interviewed.
think he's honestly.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh no, I was just saying that. I mean, it's I mean, he's gonna go somewhere, but I think he's probably just maybe taking his time interviewing just to make sure he ends up going where he wants to go because it's probably gonna be his last, place he's gonna be at.
His last hurrah. Yeah, they interviewed him twice. They interviewed a whole bunch of other people too, but one of the biggest things was that he didn't want to report to anybody. Their GM over there, I don't Arthur Blank is the owner. That he didn't want to report to whoever the GM is over there. He wanted kind of full control, is basically what that hurdle was of getting over that agreement, I guess. So he was supposed to be in Atlanta, but it was just that one hurdle he couldn't get over. And I mean, I really don't blame him. Now Falcons haven't really made the best of decisions in the past couple of years. So, but going back to the main thing, we kind of got off subject there. But going back to the main thing, yeah, exactly. Kyle Shanahan job, he could be very much on the hot seat next season if he doesn't get fired this offseason. Brock Purdy is gonna be able to take that game manager, all that hatred that he's been getting this year. He's gonna be able to get that off of his back. And they also, I feel like if they don't win it this year, there's going to be also some shuffling around as far as roster goes. They have a really, really, really expensive team. They have a lot of contracts that are going to be coming up that are going to be needed to be paid, and they have a lot of great talent that they're not going to be able to hang on to for much longer. So I feel like if they lose, they might lose out on a couple defenders, a couple offensive pieces. Even a couple coaches, you know what I'm saying? Other coaches going to different jobs, getting interviews, their OCs, DCs, stuff like that. So there's a lot on the line here for the Niners in this game and the Super Bowl. But just you got to win this game to get to the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
who do you trust more though? Do you trust Goff or do you trust Brock Purdy more in this game?
I'll probably Goff. Probably Goff. But the thing about Goff is if the 49ers are pressuring him the entire game, he's gonna crumble. He's gonna
Yeah.
crumble like a cookie. But Brock Purdy's definitely shown that he could be good. Obviously, he got hurt last time, so we can't really see him go past that yet. Both good defenses. I don't know. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
I trust Goff. I do trust Goff more. He's got a 5-3 playoff record. He's made it to a Super Bowl. He didn't win it. He lost it to 13-3 that defensive Super Bowl that we all had to watch in 2018. Which I mean, I celebrated the victory, but he. Yeah, and then Purdy, like you said, he was injured last year. He does have a 3-1 playoff record, but he a lot of the time is the reason why the 49ers do lose. He'll be throwing interceptions when he doesn't need to. In the playoffs, though, he doesn't have an interception, so he does kind of clutch it up a little bit more in playoffs. Again, if he wasn't injured last year, there's a very good chance that the Niners could have came out on top and beat the Eagles last year. So there's a lot going into this. They got a lot to lose, but they also don't have the most trustworthy quarterback. So it's going to be tough for the 49ers going into this. I'm going Lions all day, though. Who do you want to win? Who do you got winning?
Who I want winning is the Lions, and who I think is going to win is the Lions.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you were going to say 49ers for a second. What do you got to score then? Do you got a tight game or you got a blowout?
No, I got a tight game. I got a tight game. But
What's the score?
I think it's going to be a high scoring one. I'm going to go 28-24 Lions.
28-24. Okay.
I think it's going to be kind of just like not like a huge shootout, but I think it's going to be a back and forth game. What do you got the score at?
I agree as far as back and forth goes. I think 24-21. I think I got about 24-21 though. I think it's going to be a little bit of a low scoring game. I do think there's going to be some interceptions thrown by both quarterbacks. But there's definitely
thinking that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be it's going to be run heavy. Both teams both teams kind of struggle. The Lions struggle against the pass a little bit more. So I think that Purdy is going to be throwing it a little bit more. But I think he's going to make some mistakes. The ball's going to slip, throwing it off the back foot or something like that when he's getting pressured. Because you have to remember that defensive line. Even though Purdy is great under pressure, he's the number one quarterback under pressure this season. I just think that they're going to be able to get to him. He's going to throw some picks, and it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be a running game. It's going to be a defensive game. It's going to be a great game all around. But 24-21 is my official prediction for that game.
You got Lions on top, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I got Lions on top. I want them to go to the Super Bowl so bad, dude. I want them to go so bad. And I also want to debunk everybody's Super Bowl logo color freaking conspiracies that have been going around as far. When it's the logo 3 years ago was blue and orange for the Rams and Bengals, and then last year it was the Chiefs so it's got to be. I want to break that color conspiracy too. I want it to be Lions and Ravens.
Yeah, same here. I'm going for the Ravens though. Like, out of every team left.
Yeah, me too. Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't know. If the Lions make it to the Super Bowl, I might be rooting for the Lions, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might be rooting for the Lions.
I've just always been kind of a Lamar guy, so
he
needs that chip. He needs that chip.
I agree with you. But if the Lions go, they need to finish it off with. They need to finish their Cinderella. They need to finish their Cinderella season off and just fucking call it a day. Because that would truly be amazing. Jared Goff can get that ring that he almost had against us. He can. Dan Campbell, that the whole city of Detroit. I mean, Ford might bring their headquarters back there and start making cars again. You know how great the city of Detroit would be if they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that would be incredible.
I know it was a regular season and playoffs are completely different. A little bit of sidetracking here, but remember when the Ravens played the Lions in the normal season? Do you remember that game?
I don't think I watched it. No.
You remember what the score was? It was like, I know I'm gonna be wrong. It's not gonna be exact. But I'm pretty sure the score was like 48 to like 14.
Damn, the Lions beat him that bad, huh?
Oh, the Ravens beat him.
I know. I'm fucking.
Hey, we'll see if Goff can play good under pressure. He's gonna go all the way. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, they got one of the best offensive. They got one of the best offensive lines in the league. Penei Sewell on the left side. You know what I'm saying? They got some talent over there. I believe in them. But I do want to go ahead and finish it up real quick here with our picks. It was a an NFL championship game themed episode. But what's an episode of First Half without the picks? Am I right? What's an episode of First Half without the locks? It's nothing.
Yes,
That's what it is. That's what it is. I'll tell you that. But Jaden, I know that you. Yes, sir. I know that you cashed in earlier with something that you put in this morning. So I'm going to let you talk about that. I'm going to let you talk about what you're putting in tonight and give us some reasons on why.
I got you. So unfortunately, we didn't hop on here because I took this like very, very early. But if you guys didn't know, there was a CMC free square. Maybe there's like a big special game or something starting. Prospects always blesses us all with a free square. So I didn't have anything with it yet. So I saw that Mr. Jalen Duren over on the Pistons is playing the Wizards. And if you watch basketball, you know that the Wizards are so bad at rebounding. Like they allow so many
Just
rebounds.
bad
So
at basketball in general.
just horrible. Yeah, just horrible. But other than that, they were at 12.5, which was pretty high. But I ended up taking him, and he had 18. I mean, he soared easily.
And then you said you had him paired with the CMC squared.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But, oh yeah, so
Yeah,
we
I
gotta
had him
wait till
paired with the
tomorrow for that to
CMC
cash.
square. So
That's
yeah,
gonna cash.
yeah, yeah.
That would be fun.
Yes, sir.
That would.
And
Knock on wood. I hope this doesn't happen. Knock on wood. But that'd be hilarious if he went to go for his first run and then he got like tackled for a loss and injured. That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
yeah, yeah. Could you imagine? But that would be horrible. I'd just be like, all right, I'm deleting this app right now.
I would literally, yeah. I would. I just can't do that. The NFL's definitely rigged at that point.
But yeah, anyway. Exactly. Yeah. Prize Picks would give us our money back, but still, that'd be unfortunate. But other than that, so Duran ended up cashing pretty easily. Ended up getting 18 because the Wizards they give up literally 15 plus a game. But other than that, what I'm doing today, the slate it's all right. But I just got a notification that Embiid just got ruled out because that's not what I picked. So I ended up picking Jokic's rebounds against the Sixers. And I did it because Maxey and Tobias Harris got ruled out. So that means there's just going to, like, obviously Embiid's going to shoot a lot, but there are going to be a lot of other players in there that were probably, they're playing a good defense. They're just going to be chucking up probably not the best shots. So I was expecting Jokic to get a lot of rebounds, but Embiid just got ruled out. So now the whole starting lineup is out. Maxey, Embiid, and Tobias. So
that's crazy.
Really good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's rather going to go really good square or a really bad one. He's rather going to soar
they
over
might
it
get
or
blown
soar
out.
under. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They probably will. So I'm hoping.
Damn. Sorry.
All three of them.
So Embiid only has 7 games to spare until he can't win until he's ineligible for like MVP and stuff like that. I think he only had 7, so that's like 6 games he can't miss anymore. What is he ruled out with?
I think it said like his. I don't know. I think it said rest. I think it was like rest. Oh, no, it's his knee. It's his knee. They said knee. The knee injury.
All right. I was about to get pissed, dude. Look, I understand.
Yeah.
I am kind of glad that they implemented this rule this season because you get paid $50 million a year to play basketball. Maybe not that much. 36 million. They're usually around there. You're getting paid millions of dollars.
Much, you're not far off.
You're getting paid millions of dollars to play basketball, bro. Show up to the game, dude. All this rest shit, all this rest stuff. I don't like it. Play the game. Like it's not even like I don't know. Like if you have an injury, that's one thing. I know he was out with an ankle injury, for a while. But like Jimmy Butler's out here resting. Beal and Booker and all them at the beginning of the season resting. I know Beal was kind of injured, but it was also a rest at the same time. Like, get on the court.
Yeah.
Get out there. Play.
Talking about Jimmy Butler, I mean, he pretty much is on vacation all year unless it's playoff time.
You want to talk about vacation time? Ben Simmons, where you at, buddy? We're looking. Where the fuck where you at, Benny boy?
Yeah, he saw the other night that Ayton, couldn't go to the game because there was too much ice around his house. So he ended up building an igloo out there. He's like, guys, I can't come to the game anymore. So
it's ridiculous. He's played what 4 NBA games in his entire career, and one of them, two of them, he only scored a point in. So that's the biggest.
Talking about
biggest finesse.
Yeah,
and
literally.
And something too. I've been saying this since his rookie year. I never liked him. I never ever liked him as a player. I always thought he was too overhyped. I never thought he should have won Rookie of the Year. And he always just walks around with that little stupid smug look on his face. I never liked the man. I'm so glad. So glad that we didn't take him in the draft. Actually, did he get drafted? Yeah, he was the number 1 pick too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so I'm glad that the Sixers got him. But he was in the same draft that was it Brown or Tatum was in? No, it was Brown because Tatum was in the draft that Luka was in. So it was the same.
Yeah.
Like, go home, buddy. Go home. Go back. Go work at, like, I don't know, Publix or something. Go be useful. Be somewhere that tall people are needed, but not needed to do things. Because apparently you're fragile as it ever could be by a human being. You got brittle bone disease or something, bud. You gotta get it figured out. You gotta get it figured out, dude. Like, it's awful. He played what? He played the first month of the season.
Yeah,
If
pretty
that,
much. But
like,
the guy couldn't even score 10 points.
he couldn't score jack diddly squat, dude. He was getting those boards and assists though. I remember at the beginning when the season started, I kept picking him for rebounds and assists and PRA and shit like that, and he would cash. You remember what I told you? I told you I was gonna keep picking him until he went back to doing what he does, and then he took what, a month and a half, and then he was out again.
Yeah.
So I mean, at least he's consistent. Let's give him that. At least he's consistent.
Yeah, when he's in there. Yeah.
When he's consistently never in there. He's consistent.
Oh.
He's consistent about that. He'll play the first 3 weeks of the season and be out for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
he knows what
man.
he needs to do to live for the year. He's like, I'll just play like 20 games and I'll be set for the year.
Yeah, for the finesse Simmons is what we call him. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Literally.
But real quick, because I forgot as well. I got the CMC square. I chose that today, and I paired that with Colin Sexton's points at 18.5 is what I had him at. So
okay.
We're looking to cash out, and then I'm putting up some stuff tomorrow. Obviously, I mean you can't have a championship game and not put anything up. What is that? Do you even bet?
Definitely.
So we'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our special conference championship episode of the First Half Sports Podcast. This is your boy Brad, aka the Big Mocha, along with my boy
Jaden, aka Jaden Props.
And everybody, we hope you have a great Sunday. We hope you have a great championship weekend, and we'll be back next week talking scores and our Super Bowl prediction. Hopefully it's Ravens-Lions. Hopefully late Ravens-Lions. I got the blue on for Lions. You asked me if this was an Oakland Athletic shirt earlier. It's for Lions. This is for, hey, look at those Lions go. That's what that is for. Hey, let's go Lions. All right, you know.
Let's go.
We'll see you later. We'll see you later, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Yeah. Listen.